Good afternoon, students. So, it is a continuation of our previous class. So, we were talking about the history taking. So, when we have taken the detailed history of the patient, which includes a detailed medical and obstetric history, we make out the risk categorization, whether the patient comes out to be low risk and high risk. So, how are you going to categorize whether the pregnant female who has come to you is a low risk or high risk? So low risk criteria in brief are that if the age of the female is between 18 to 35 years, she comes under low risk. If she had previous normal obstetric history, means ab tak pregnancy hui, she had a delivery, that means a normal obstetric history. There were no miscarriages, there were no preterm deliveries, all the babies are healthy. So that in short is a normal obstetric history. This is a second, third or fourth pregnancy, because as I told you, if we talk about more than 4 deliveries, it comes out to be grand multi gravida or grand multi para. So that is that at that time I told you it is a separate entity because it is associated with many complications. So if it is second, third and fourth, these are a low risk pregnancies. Then there is no history of any medical or a surgical disorder. There is no abnormality in the present pregnancy, like her blood pressure, her sugar levels, her hemoglobin, they all are normal. So her present pregnancy is going smooth till the time, so she is low risk. Then what are the high risk? Now see the age. As I told you, 18 to 35 is her age. She comes under low risk category. But if it is less than 18 years, she is more than 35 years, it is associated with more of complications. So she is a high risk antenatal patient. If she is a primigravida, means this is the first pregnancy, again she is a high risk one. Grand multipara, more than 4 deliveries have happened, again she is a grand multi, she is a high risk one. Then there is any medical history of suppose hypertension, diabetes, any other cardiac disease she is having earlier. So if there is a previous medical disorder, then she comes out to be in high risk category. If there are obstetric complications, like she has developed anemia during pregnancy, she has developed hypertension during pregnancy, or she had PIH, means PIH or preeclampsia, they are basically dealing with hypertension during pregnancy. If there is GDM, gestational diabetes mellitus, she has developed increased blood sugar or diabetes in pregnancy, then she becomes from low risk to high risk. मतलब कभी भी वो low risk से high risk में आ सकती है अगर ये प्रॉब्लम्स डेवलप हो जाते हैं. APH is antepartum hemorrhage. Children, I am saying again and again, antepartum, antenatal, they are almost similar terms. But किसी के साथ हम antenatal use कर लेते हैं, किसी के साथ हम antepartum use कर लेते हैं, because there was a query by one of the student that why antenatal and why antepartum and why postnatal and postpartum. They can be changed interchangeably, but with few terms we are using postnatal, with few we are using postpartum. So APH stands for antepartum, that is if bleeding occurs in the pregnancy. So from अगर वो 18 to 35 है और उसका second pregnancy है but she develops bleeding, तो वैसे वो low risk में है, but now she comes to be high risk patient. So antepartum is whenever there is bleeding in the during the antenatal period after 28 weeks. उससे पहले bleeding होती है तो हम 20 weeks से पहले हम abortion में count करते हैं. Then previous history of stillbirth, that the baby born was not alive. So means उसकी पहले हमने ऊपर बात करी low risk में normal obstetric history, तो यहाँ abnormal history होगी. Means उसकी past pregnancy, suppose the baby past obstetric history was not good, she had abortions, she had preterm delivery and the baby did not survive, तो वो bad obstetric history के अंदर आती है. Previous intrauterine death हो गई, तो उसकी पहली obstetric history was not good and there are chances of recurrence as well. Second thing, that there are few problems with the mother which can be transmitted to the baby. Say suppose HIV है उसको, hepatitis है, so कोई infection है which can be congenitally transmitted to the baby. So she comes out to be in high risk. So what I mean to say that by assessment of the antenatal care, what we have done, we have categorized the patient into by our detailed medical and obstetrical history. We have categorized a female into high risk and low risk category. Now talking about the examination, what we are going to do? We are going to do the general examination, which includes her build, height, weight, vitals, blood pressure, and pulse, and your pallor, jaundice, edema, pedal edema. And so this is a general examination, and we do the obstetric examination also, which include per abdomen examination, पर स्पेकुलम एग्जामिनेशन, पर वजाइनम एग्जामिनेशन। पर एब्डोमेन, हम एब्डोमेन पे जो एग्जामिनेशन करते हैं, हम देखते हैं क्या ग्रोथ है, कितनी उसकी बेबी कितनी ग्रोथ तक गया है। दैट आई एम गोइंग टू टीच यू व्हेन वी ज्वाइन द कॉलेज. So in front of a patient, we are going to examine the patient, and then I'm going to tell you how we do the per abdomen, per speculum, and per vaginal examinations. Okay, so per speculum, we insert a speculum, which is a gynecological instrument, and we look for the condition of the genital tract. Okay, that is the cervix, vagina. And per vagina, we do the examination through the vagina by manual examination is done. Okay. Now in every visit, what we are going to do, we are going to check the weight of the female, check the blood pressure. This has to be done in every visit. Now what happens in first visit? तो first visit में हमने history ले ली, हमने risk categorization कर ली, हमने examination कर ली, which includes the general as well as obstetrical examination, and we are now advising her few investigations. So blood investigations, which is hemoglobin. You can get a complete blood count done also. So hemoglobin at least, which is repeated at 28 to 32 weeks to see कि अब anemia तो नहीं develop हो गया. Earlier she was having 12 hemoglobin, she was okay in her first trimester, but now at 28 to 32 when changes are more, whether she has landed up into anemia or not, तो हमारा वो concern है. So we repeat it at 28 to 32 weeks, or at least once it should be done in each trimester. Means उसके फर्स्ट ट्राइमेस्टर 13 वीक्स तक है, तो एक बार तब, बीच में एक सेकेंड ट्राइमेस्टर, एंड देन इन थर्ड ट्राइमेस्टर. सो hemoglobin is a test which you can get it repeated dependingly, but at least it should be done twice or thrice in the entire 9 months of pregnancy. Then blood group, okay. Then you have got serological investigation, which includes VDRL, that is done for syphilis, HBsAg, hepatitis B, surface antigen, this is for hepatitis B, anti-HCV, that is for hepatitis C, we look for the antibodies. HIV is done after taking the consent. We get the blood sugars done, fasting blood sugar is done, because in early first visit, if the patient is coming to you in the first trimester, there are chances of nausea and vomiting. So we usually get the fasting blood sugar done, but if the patient is accepting well, so we ask her to get a OGTT test done, which is advised by the DIPSI. Okay, that is the advising authority, according to which we ask the patient to take 75 gram of glucose in 300 ml of water, and her blood sugar levels are checked after 2 hours. If it is more than 140, then we start screening and evaluating the patient on the lines of diabetes. Okay, so and next test is thyroid. So these are the blood and serological investigations which we have to, the blood sugar will come under blood only, serological के अंदर बाकी सारी आ गई. Then you have got urine examination. In urine you are going to get the urine routine and microscopy done. Routine के अंदर important is albumin, sugar, but there are other component also like quantity, specific gravity, color, etc. But important one is albumin and sugar. Then microscopy, we look for pus cells, WBCs, RBCs, bacteria, etc. Urine albumin has to be done in every visit, albumin, sugar. So in every visit when the patient is coming to you, you are getting the weight done, the blood pressure done, and you are going to get the urine albumin, sugar done along with the other evaluation. Now ultrasounds, how are you going to advise? So first we get an ultrasound done in the first trimester to look whether the baby is whether the fetus is intrauterine, uterus के अंदर आ गया है कि नहीं. It is corresponding to the period of gestation according to the LMP. Suppose a patient is saying कि मेरा 2 months amenorrhea है, so accordingly you have to see के correspond कर रहा है कि नहीं. And after that we get an ultrasound done at 11 to 13 weeks, or we can just, if the patient is not able to afford both of them, even at 11 to 13 weeks is also good enough. Then level 2 scan is done at 18 to 20 weeks in the, that is an anomaly scan to rule out any malformations. Okay, so it is called as anomaly scan or level 2 scan. It is done at 18 to 20 weeks. Okay, there are few special investigations which we look which we ask the patient to get them done. That is a double marker which is done in the 11 to 13 weeks. Double क्योंकि यहाँ पर 2 markers हैं, HCG and PAP-A. PAP-A is pregnancy associated plasma protein A. So there are 2 markers. It is called as a double marker. 11 to 13 weeks पर होता है to look for any anomalies. Triple marker, it is done, triple and quadruple, they are done from 15 to 20 weeks. ओके, सो ट्रिपल में 3 मार्कर्स हैं इसीलिए ट्रिपल, क्वाड्रिपल में 4 मार्कर हैं, इट इज कॉल्ड एज क्वाड्रपल. अल्फा फीटोप्रोटीन, बीटा एचसीजी एंड ईस्ट्रायोल, अनकॉन्जुगेटेड ईस्ट्राडायोल. क्वाड्रिपल में अल्फा फीटोप्रोटीन, एचसीजी, estriol and inhibin. So these tests are basically serological tests which are done to look for anomalies. Now what are we going to do now? General counseling. हमने उसको investigations बता दी. अब general counseling, diet, sleep, personal hygiene and what will be the plan of delivery हमारा, तो हम उसको धीरे धीरे guide करते रहेंगे throughout the pregnancy. And we are going to look for any medical illness or any other thing which is happening, so that even for preventive measures, detecting and then treating, and advice on contraception is given, that after delivery what kind of family planning methods are available and which she can use later on. So you have to guide her accordingly for these things. Now talking about the various visits, like I have told you that initially in low risk the patient can come to the doctor for every once in every month, मतलब एक महीने में एक बार आएगा. But if she is in a higher risk, then after second trimester, means 13 weeks onwards, she might have to come to you after every 15 days instead of मंथली, जो हमने लो रिस्क में कहा था. तो फ्रीक्वेंसी कैन डिपेंड वेदर शी इज लो रिस्क और हाई रिस्क, बट एटलीस्ट एज आई टोल्ड यू दैट देयर शुड बी 4 विजिट. सो फर्स्ट विजिट जो हमारा अर्ली प्रेगनेंसी में होता है, बाय WHO इट सेज दैट इट शुड बी एट 18 to 12 वीक्स एंड इट इज टू कंफर्म द प्रेगनेंसी. We look for the EDD. We look for whether the patient is low risk or high risk. Is there any screening we have to do? Any medical illnesses there? And we make a birth plan. Second visit is at 24 to 26 weeks. In this, we do the maternal and fetal well-being assessment of that. And the growth is seen, that how is the baby growing, what is the lie, is it in the right position or not, how is the heartbeat going, and whether the mother is having any hypertensive disorder, how is her hemoglobin, and any preventive measures or a birth plan we need to modify.